welcome. This is a mixed level Vinyasa course. I have some roommates behind me. They'll be just doing the same class. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So let's start in a seated position, stacking your shoulders above your hips, finding an easy seat, bringing your hands on your lap or your knees, stacking your shoulders over your hips, ears over your shoulders, bringing your chin parallel to the mat, and then gazing down towards in front of you or closing your eyes, beginning to soften through your face, relaxing your jaw, releasing the space between your eyebrows, lips sealed, teeth separating, feeling your eyes soften, your cheekbones soften, shoulders melting away from the ears. Keeping your eyes closed, just begin to gaze up towards your third eye in between your eyebrows. Engaging that mindful breathing, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Inhaling what you need in this moment and exhaling anything that no longer serves you. Inhaling, visualizing what you need. Exhaling, visualizing whatever no longer serves you, leaving your body. Continuing with this meditation, noticing any thoughts that arise. And with every exhale, just letting those pass. Not dwelling on any certain thought, idea, worry. Just becoming fully present here in your body, on the mat, preparing for our practice. When you're ready, slowly begin to inhale, reaching both arms out and up towards the sky, keeping your eyes closed, palms coming together above your head, and then dropping your hands down into your heart center, Anjali Mudra. Bowing your chin to your chest, and in this moment, setting our intention for the class. I invite you to ask the question of why you're here in this moment, taking the time to connect to your breath, your body, your movement. Why are you practicing today? What do you need out of this practice? When you're ready, slowly begin to inhale, filling up through the lungs, inhaling through the nose with that intention. Exhaling, sighing through the mouth, anything that no longer serves you. 2 more like that, inhaling through the nose, filling up. Exhaling, release, emptying your lungs. Last one, inhaling, filling up. Exhaling, release. Dropping your hands down towards your knees, fluttering open your eyes, and starting out in a child's pose position. We're going to bring those toes to touch at the back of your mat, knees separating wide, and then sending your hips back towards your heels, reaching your arms out in front of you. Placing your forehead down onto the mat, letting your upper body fall in between your thighs. Lifting your elbows, rolling your shoulders back towards your hips. Feeling your forehead, your third eye center, grounding down onto the mat. As you inhale, letting your ribs expand, and then as you exhale, letting them knit back closer together. Feeling your chest, your belly melt down towards the mat. Inhaling and exhaling. When you're ready, slowly begin to walk both hands over towards the right side edge of the mat, placing the left palm on top of the right, pressing that left hip down towards the heel, keeping the forehead down and lengthening through the side body. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling, walking both hands over towards the left. Placing that right palm on top of the left forehead down towards the mat. Lengthening through the side body, sending your breaths there. Inhaling. Exhaling, coming all the way back to center. Reaching both arms out in front of you. And then when you're ready, inhaling, coming up into a tabletop position. Shoulders right above the wrists, hips above the knees, lengthening through the spine here. Pressing those shins and the tops of the feet into the mat as we slowly begin to inhale, dropping the belly, pinching the shoulder blades, gazing up, cow pose. Exhaling, rounding through the spine, pressing your shoulder blades away from each other, ribs towards the spine, gazing towards your navel. Inhaling, opening up, filling up the lungs. Exhaling, pressing that air away from you. 2 more, inhaling. Exhaling, rounding through the spine. Coming back to that neutral position here. Lengthening from the crown of your head to your tailbone. We're going to extend that right leg behind us, followed by the left, finding a strong high plank. Pressing into those hands, puffing up the space between the shoulder blades, finding that 360 core, pulling belly button to spine, inhaling. Exhaling, sending the hips high, pressing back, downward facing dog. Pedaling into those legs, bending into one knee and the other. Pressing your chest back towards your thighs. Spreading those fingertips wide on the mat. Bringing the weight into that L shape. Your thumb and that pointer finger. Pinching the shoulder blades. Extending through the backs of the legs. Taking one breath here, inhaling. And exhaling. Slowing our movement and opening up those feet here, mat with distance. And then you're going to walk those hands in about 1 foot and bringing those thumbs to touch. So our weight is back in the heels. Taking an inhale here. Exhaling, left fingertips around that right ankle, twisting underneath the right arm, feeling that IT band here, flexing into those toes. Inhaling. Exhaling, dropping that left hand back down. Inhaling here. Exhaling, right fingertips to the outside of that left ankle, twisting under that left arm. Inhaling. Exhaling, walking all the way back out to our normal downward facing dog, resetting the feet and hands. Inhaling, gazing towards your hands, bending your knees and stepping 1 foot in front of the other, coming to a forward fold. Hinging at the hips here, bending into the knees. Letting your upper body fall onto your thighs and grabbing elbow to elbow, swaying from side to side. Nodding the head yes and no. Releasing through the spine here. Inhaling. Exhaling, dropping both hands down. We're going to slowly roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, letting the head be the last thing to come up. Toes flexing up, shoulders rolling down and back. Bringing your arms by your side, standing up tall, samastitihi, shoulders over the hips. Tucking that belly button into the spine, then tucking that those glutes underneath you. Inhaling, bringing your hands into your heart center, closing your eyes. Coming back to that intention. Why are you practicing today? When you're ready, inhaling, reaching both arms out and up, gazing up towards the hands. Exhaling, baby back bend. Pinching the shoulder blades, gazing up, squeezing the glutes. Inhaling, reaching both arms high. Exhaling, hinging at the hips, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift, bringing the hands to the knees. Pressing the shoulder blades together like you're pulling your chest towards the front of your mat. Exhaling, forward fold. Bringing those fingertips down towards the mat here, bending into those knees until you have your fingertips down. We're going to find a halfway lift. So instead of lengthening through the whole spine, thinking about lengthening from the mid-spine up, pressing into those hands and pulling your chest through. So keeping those knees bent if you need, thinking about pulling just your heart center through your arms and pressing those hands back, feeling those triceps. Inhaling. Exhaling, stepping back, high plank. Finding our first vinyasa here. We're going to press into those hands. Inhaling, shifting the weight into the toes, shoulders over the wrists. Exhaling, shifting back. Inhaling on 8. Exhaling back on 7. Last 6. And 5. Keeping that belly strong. On 2. Last one, shifting forward. Begin to bend those elbows in towards your sides, lowering all the way down towards the mat. Untucking the toes, pressing those hands down and back as we inhale, peel the chest off the mat, cobra pose. Barely any weight into those hands, squeezing the glutes, pressing the hips down, pinching the shoulder blades. Should feel that low back begin to power up. Exhaling, coming down, tucking your toes and pressing back, downward facing dog. Taking a breath here, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling, gazing towards your hands. Bending your knees, step or hop. Forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift, hands to the knees. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, reaching both arms out, up towards the sky. Exhaling, baby back bend. Inhaling, arms high. Exhaling, forward fold, linking breath to movement. Inhaling, halfway half lift. So just pulling that chest through, fingertips on the mat. Exhaling, stepping back, high plank. For our second high plank here, we're gonna inhale, shift the weight onto the toes. Lowering down, elbows sitting in towards your sides, and then stopping halfway once shoulders and elbows are in line. Flipping to the tops of the feet and pressing the chest forward. Upward facing dog, only thing on the mat are the hands and the tops of the feet. Exhaling, pressing back, downward facing dog. Taking a breath here, inhaling and exhaling. Let's do that one more time, linking breath to movement all together. Inhaling, gazing towards your hands. Bending your knees, step or hop, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, reaching both arms out, up towards the sky. Exhaling, baby back bend. Inhaling, arms high. Exhaling, hinging at the hips, forward fold. Inhaling, baby halfway lift, so hands down, pulling your chest through, bending into those knees if you need. Exhaling, stepping back, high plank. Inhaling, shifting the weight into the toes, lowering down, low plank. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, pressing back, downward facing dog. Beautiful job, yogis. Let's inhale, lift that right heel high, hips squared, toes facing down, flexing those toes towards your face, pulling the low ribs in, inhaling. Exhaling, right knee to right elbow, high plank, oblique crunch. Inhaling, pressing back. Exhaling, left elbow. Inhaling, pressing back. Exhaling, right knee to the nose, curling in, and then planting down in between the hands. Right hip back, left hip forward, feeling that asymmetrical pull, and then inhaling, shoulders up over the hips, high lunge. Right hip back, left hip forward, pinkies rotated back. Inhaling. Exhaling, opening up, warrior two, finding that heel to arch alignment, bending into that right knee. 90-degree bend, shoulders knitting back closer together, lifting the elbows, inhaling, gazing over those right fingertips, reaching out and up, high-fiving the back of the room, side body stretch, keeping that right hip tipped forward, lengthening through the right side body, left fingertips come to that left thigh, inhaling, exhaling, cartwheeling down, stepping back, downward facing dog. Coming into that other side, let's inhale, left heel high. Exhaling, left knee to left elbow. Exhaling, pressing back. Inhaling, right elbow. Exhaling, back. Inhaling to center. Planting down. Left hip back, right hip forward. Inhaling, high lunge, shoulders over the hips. Inhaling, squaring the hips here, pulling the belly in. Opening up, warrior two. Bending into that left knee, finding that 90-degree bend. Pinching the shoulder blades together and lifting the elbows. Inhaling, reaching out and up with those left fingertips, right arm towards that left hip, lengthening through the side body. Inhaling, creating space. Exhaling, cartwheeling down, framing the left foot, stepping back, downward facing dog. Inhaling, gazing towards your hands. Bending your knees, step or hop, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, reaching both arms out, up towards the sky. Right fingertips come around that left wrist. Inhaling, sitting up nice and tall. Exhaling, bending over towards the right. Pressing that left hip away from you. Equal distribution of weight in both feet. Lifting the toes and then option to twist the chest up towards the sky. Inhaling. Exhaling, coming all the way back to center. Left fingertips around that right wrist. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling over towards the left. Lengthening through the side body. Inhaling, twisting the chest up towards the sky. Exhaling, coming all the way back to center. Inhaling, reaching both arms up. Exhaling, baby back bend, pinching the shoulder blades, gazing up. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, hinging at the hips, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift, full halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold. Fingertips down, halfway lift. So pinching the shoulder blades, lifting through the chest. Exhaling, stepping back, high plank. Inhaling, shifting the weight into the toes. Exhaling, lowering down, low plank. Inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhaling, pressing back, downward facing dog. Adding on to that sequence here, let's inhale, right heel high. Exhaling, right knee to right elbow. Inhaling, right knee high. Exhaling, left elbow. Inhaling high. Into center, pulling it in. Carefully planting it down. Inhaling, lifting up, high lunge. Squaring through the hips, settling in. Inhaling. Exhaling, warrior two. Inhaling, reaching out and up, reverse warrior. Taking a breath here, we're gonna find some movement. Inhaling. Exhaling, right elbow to the right knee, swinging the left arm parallel to the ear, side angle. So we're gonna find movement between those two poses, really engaging through our core here. So let's inhale. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, side angle. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, side angle. Exhale, reverse warrior. Two more. Inhale, side angle. Exhale, reverse warrior. Last one. Inhale, side angle. Exhaling, reverse warrior, straightening out through that right leg, release. Exhaling, cartwheeling down, bending into that right knee, low lunge. Planting that left palm down, inhaling, reaching that right arm high, twisting through the mid-spine. Inhaling. Exhaling, dropping that left knee down, bending into that left knee, reaching towards those left finger or toe tips. Option to grab a hold of them or just feel a quad stretch here. Inhaling. Exhaling, both hands coming down, framing that right foot, tucking the left toes under, and we're gonna shoot that right leg high, opening up through the hip here. Not worrying about squaring through the hip, doing whatever feels comfortable here, drawing circles on the ceiling, just loosening up that hip joint. Inhaling. Exhaling, planting it back down next to the left. Finding the same thing on the other side. Inhale, left heel high. Exhaling, left knee to left elbow. Inhaling up. Exhaling, twist. Inhaling up. Exhaling, center. Planting down. Left hip back, right hip forward. Inhaling, lifting up. High lunge. Bending into that left knee. Pinkies rotated back. Inhaling. Exhaling, warrior two. Bending into that left knee. Reaching your arms out away from you. Inhaling, reaching out and up, reverse warrior. Inhaling. Exhaling, side angle, reaching that right arm. Taking a breath here, inhaling. And exhaling. Inhaling, reverse warrior. Exhaling, side angle, finding that movement. Inhaling, reverse warrior. Exhaling, side angle. Making sure to maintain the bend of the left leg. Inhaling, reverse warrior. Exhaling, side angle. Two more, feeling the obliques here. Inhaling, reaching back. Exhaling, side angle. Last one, inhaling, reaching back. Exhaling, side angle. Reverse triangle, straightening out through that left leg, high-fiving back. And then cartwheeling down, framing that left foot. Bending into the left knee. Right hand comes down, inhaling, reaching that left arm up. Option to drop that right knee down, bending into that right knee for a quad stretch, maybe full bind, whatever your body allows here. Inhaling. Exhaling, planting that left foot down, tucking the right toes, and lifting that left hip high, opening up through the hip. Bending into the knee, Drawing circles on the ceiling, whatever feels nice here. Inhaling. Exhaling, dropping that left foot down. Taking a breath here, inhaling. And exhaling. We're gonna add on to that sequence. So let's inhale, lift that right heel high, hips squared, toes facing down. Exhaling, right knee to right elbow. Last push, you've got it. Inhaling up. Exhaling to the left. Inhaling up. Exhaling to the center, planting down. Inhaling, high lunge. Settling in, inhaling. Exhaling, warrior two. Inhaling, reverse warrior. Exhaling, side angle. Inhaling, reverse triangle, straightening up. And then reaching those right fingertips towards the front of the room. Knocking that left hip back. Reaching till your body's parallel to the mat. Taking one twist up towards the sky. And then exhaling, right hand down to ankle blocker instead of the right foot. Stacking left shoulder on top of the right. Finding our triangle pose here. Thinking about lengthening through both sides of the body. Our obliques, what we are just engaging. Taking 2 breaths here, inhaling. And exhaling. One more breath, inhaling. As you exhale, lifting all the way up into a star pose, creating space, reaching the arms wide, heels and toes out, exhaling, horse pose. Bending into both knees, pressing those knees away from you, pressing those palms into each other, inhaling. Exhaling, sitting 1 inch deeper. Inhaling. Exhaling, sitting 1 inch deeper. Placing that left elbow in front of the left knee, reaching that right arm up, twisting the chest up, pressing that elbow into the knee to feel that inner thigh engage. Inhaling. Exhaling, coming back to center. Right elbow, inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, coming back to center. Inhaling, star pose. Shaking out your hips. Exhaling, cartwheeling down, framing the right foot. Stepping back, vinyasa flow. And meeting back downward facing dog when you're ready. Pedaling into those legs. Finding our other side. We're gonna inhale, lift that left heel high, hips squared, toes facing down. Exhaling, left knee to left elbow. Inhaling up. Exhaling, twist. Inhaling up. Exhaling, center. Planting down. Inhaling, lifting up. High lunge. Inhaling. Exhaling, warrior two. Inhaling, reverse warrior. Exhaling, side angle. Inhaling, reverse triangle, straightening up. And then as you exhale, reaching that right hip back, left hip forward, or left arm forward, till your body becomes parallel to the mat. Twisting your chest up towards the sky, and then dropping that left hand down the ankle block or instead of the mat. Stacking that right shoulder on top of the left. Reaching that right arm high, and twisting your chest up towards the sky. Taking 2 breaths here, inhaling. And exhaling here, really grounding down into those feet. Inhaling. As you exhale, coming all the way up, star pose, heels and toes out, reaching your arms wide. Exhaling, horse pose, bending into those knees. Inhaling. Exhaling, sitting 1 inch deeper. Inhaling. Exhaling, sitting 1 inch deeper. Think about pressing those knees back, really engaging through those glutes. Bringing both hands to your knees. We're gonna drop that right shoulder in for an inner thigh stretch. Inhaling. Exhaling, coming back to center, left shoulder in. Inhaling, back to center one more time, right shoulder in. Inhaling, back to center, left shoulder in. Inhaling, reaching up, star pose. Exhaling, cartwheeling down, framing that left foot. Stepping back, vinyasa flow. Lowering down, low plank. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, pressing back, downward facing dog. Taking a breath here, inhaling. And exhaling. Dropping your knees down wide, toes together. Pressing your hips back towards your heels. Planting your forehead down and arms by your sides. Taking a breath here. Inhaling and exhaling. One more breath, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling, reaching both arms out in front of you, child's pose. Lifting up tabletop, tucking your toes and pressing back downward facing dog. Inhaling, gazing towards your hands. Bending your knees and step or hop. Forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, reaching both arms out up towards the sky. And palms coming into your heart center. Preparing for chair pose here. We're going to bring our toes together, heels just slightly apart. Shifting the weight back into the heels and then sitting down into our chair. Inhaling, hands to our heart center. Lengthening through the spine here. And then placing that left elbow over the right knee. Pressing the top hand into the bottom. Gazing down towards your knees, making sure one doesn't knock in front of the other. Lengthening through the spine and then option to gaze up over that right shoulder. Inhaling. And exhaling. One more breath here, twisting through that mid-spine. Exhaling, forward fold. As we inhale, we're going to come into one-legged Tadasana, lifting that right knee high. Squaring through the hips, flexing into those toes. Exhaling, shooting that right leg behind you, landing back, high lunge. Inhaling. Exhaling, anchoring that right heel down. Pinky toe side edge, anchored down. Dropping the hands, interlacing the fingertips, puffing up through the chest, gazing up. Exhaling, bowing forward, humble warrior. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling, coming all the way back up, keeping that chest expansion grip, coming into our peak pose here, standing strong into that left leg. We're going to find that drishti on the mat and then shooting off, coming into our warrior three with a chest expansion grip, flexing into those right toes, lengthening from the crown of your head to that back heel. Inhaling and exhaling. One more breath, inhaling. Exhaling, forward fold, letting that go. Opening up those feet here, mat with distance. Bending into the knees, grabbing elbow to elbow. And just swaying, letting that go completely. Inhaling. Exhaling, dropping both hands down towards the mat. Bringing peace fingers to the big toes. Bending into the elbows, bending into the knees, and then pulling your chest through your thighs. Inhaling. And exhaling. One more breath, inhaling. And exhaling. Walking those toes all the way back to touch. Coming into the other side. Bringing those toes together, heels slightly apart. Sitting back into our chair, inhaling, reaching the arms high. Inhaling. Exhaling, hands into your heart center. Inhaling, lengthening through the spine. Exhaling, right elbow over that left knee. Pressing the top hand into the bottom, twisting here. Making sure one knee doesn't knock in front of the other. Option to gaze up over that left shoulder. Inhaling. And exhaling. One more breath, inhaling. And exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, lifting that left knee high. One-legged Tadasana. Hips are squared, flexing into that left foot. Inhaling. Exhaling, stepping back, high lunge. Inhaling. Exhaling, anchoring that left heel down. Interlacing fingertips behind you. Pulling those shoulder blades together, gazing up. Pulling the belly in, keeping it still tight. And then exhaling, humble warrior. Pinching those shoulder blades together. Inhaling. And exhaling here. One more breath, inhaling. Exhaling, coming all the way back up. Squaring through the hips. Stabilizing into that right leg. And then shooting off. Coming into our bound warrior three. Continuing to pinch those shoulder blades. Flexing those toes. Lengthening through the spine. Inhaling. And exhaling. One more breath, inhaling. Exhaling, forward fold. Shaking out the knees. the back. Letting that go here. Heel toeing those toes back to touch. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, reaching both arms out, up. Exhaling, baby back bend. Inhaling, arms high. Exhaling, hinging at the hips, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, stepping back, high plank, finding your vinyasa. Lifting up, upward facing dog. Exhaling, pressing back, downward facing dog. We're gonna inhale, lift that right heel high, opening up through the hip. And then bringing that right knee behind the right wrist, coming into our half pigeon. Extending that left leg behind you. Inhaling, coming up to those hands, shoulders over the hips. And then as you exhale, dropping down onto your forearms, finding a sleeping pigeon here. Trying to square that left hip forward, right hip back. Coming back to your breathing. And surrendering to this posture. There's nothing else to fix here. Sending your breath wherever it needs. And when you're ready, slowly walking all the way back up onto those hands. Tucking those left toes behind you, pulling that right knee to your chest. And then exhaling, pressing back downward facing dog. Same thing on the other side. Inhaling, lifting that left leg high. Exhaling, left knee comes behind the left wrist. Right leg down. Inhaling, walking up to those hands. Exhaling, dropping down to the forearms. Releasing through the head and neck. Inhaling. And exhaling. One more breath. When you're ready, coming all the way back up to those hands, we're just gonna swing that right leg around, bringing both soles of the feet down onto the mat. Walking your hips forward, bringing shoulders right above the hips. Inhaling, reaching the arms high. And then as you exhale, lowering down on a count of 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Meeting back onto our spines. Walking those heels in close towards your body. Bringing arms by your sides, planting those palms down strong. And slowly begin to squeeze the glutes, peeling the vertebrae off the mat. Lifting the hips high. Inhaling and exhaling here, feeling release through your low back. Inhaling. And as you exhale, lowering down top, middle to bottom, releasing that. Opening up those feet here, mat with distance, knocking your knees into each other, bringing hands to the low belly. Feeling that space between your low back and the mat here. We're gonna inhale, pulling low belly to the spine, getting rid of that space, like imprinting your low back into the mat. And then exhaling, release, natural curve back into the spine. Inhaling, low belly to the mat. Exhaling, release. One more time, inhaling, low belly to the mat. Exhaling, release. Reversing that, bringing soles of the feet together, knees opening up wide. One hand to the heart, one hand to the belly, and closing your eyes here. Letting your shoulders melt into the mat. Softening through the face. Inhaling. And exhaling. One more breath, inhaling. And exhaling. Bringing those fingertips to the outsides of the knees, closing the legs here. We're gonna extend that left leg long, hugging that right knee in towards your chest and down towards that right shoulder. Squeeze, get in tight, inhaling. Exhaling, twisting that right knee over towards the left. Reaching that right arm out to the side and then gazing over those opposite fingertips. Keeping that right shoulder grounded, letting this be a release through your mid-spine, a twist, softening through the belly, inhaling. And then as you exhale, bringing that right knee back to your chest, giving it a nice squeeze, and then letting it float down next to the left. Same thing on the other side, inhaling that left knee in towards your chest, interlacing in front of the shins, pulling it down towards that left shoulder, inhaling. Then as you exhale, twisting that left knee over towards the right, extending that left arm and gazing over those fingertips. Inhaling and exhaling here. One more breath, inhaling. Exhaling, hugging that left knee all the way back to your chest, letting it float down next to the right. Inhaling both knees into your heart center, grabbing elbow to elbow in front of the shins. Inhaling, lifting head, neck, and chest, squeezing muscle to bone. And then as you exhale, releasing into our final position of Shavasana, letting the feet splay out, shoulders melting down into the mat, softening through the belly, through the face, releasing through the jaw. And optional to begin to close your eyes. There's nothing else to do here, nowhere to be, and absolutely nothing to fix. So giving yourself this time to release, relax, and surrender to the practice. You deserve it. And when you're ready, slowly begin to bring small movements back to the body. Maybe wiggling the fingers, or the toes. Maybe stretching the arms up towards the sky and behind you like you just woke up in the morning. And then when you're ready, rolling over to your right or left side into a fetal position, resting your head down, feeling the earth beneath you, supporting you throughout this practice and throughout all of daily life. When you're ready, slowly begin to push yourself up to a comfortable seated position, keeping your eyes closed. Inhaling your hands into your heart center, bowing your chin to your chest, in gratitude for yourself, for being here and taking this time to be active and present on the mat, practicing with an intention of why. Why do I come back to my practice? What do I need from my practice today? Bringing your thumb to your third eye, forehead center, the side of intuition and knowledge. I thank you so much in joining me in this practice. May our practice be of service to the freedom and happiness of all beings everywhere. The light and the love in me honors and respects the light and the love in you. Namaste.